Hi grade 3s. This video is to learn how to handwrite the letter W and the letter X. The letter W is fairly straightforward. It's kind of like the V in that you start with an opening tail and you have kind of an end tail that does not get attached to any other letters. It's kind of a standalone letter, if you want to call it that. Okay, so up and just like that. Okay, so fairly simple, fairly straightforward, not too tricky. When I was in teacher's college, this is how I was taught, what I'm showing you now, which is plain and simple. When I was in teacher's college, I had an instructor show me a very different way to do a W, and it was very tricky and it looked very different. And I'm not quite sure where she had learned how to do that. It was a lot more straight lines, and it was something, I'm not even sure if I can remember now. What was it? It went like this. I don't know. Anyway, you may see different capital W's is what I'm trying to say there. All right. So this is how I was taught. It's simple, it's basic, and I think when you're just learning, it's easier to keep with simple and basic. Okay, so names that start with W. We don't have any names, first names or last names that start with W. Let's see, some other names. This name is a popular name nowadays, Wyatt. I knew a lady whose name was, or is, I should say. I don't see her very often anymore, but I used to see her a fair amount. Her name is Wanda. And I have a couple of friends named Wendy. Okay. Another name, Winnie. There used to be a popular show on TV when I was a little older than you, and one of the characters' names was Winnie. There you go, like Winnie the Pooh. All right, that's how you do the W. Now the X. The X is, capital X is actually the exact same way you would do the one way that I showed you to do the lowercase x. Okay, so the kicker is you just make it a little bit bigger. All right, so in this case you're gonna start at the bottom, you come up, and then you just cross it. Okay, sorry, I started going into the next letter there. All right, but basically you come up, down, and then just cross it. And if you remember, that's how you do a lowercase, except the lowercase is just obviously smaller. Okay. I've also seen a capital X do like a little loop at the top. So if you would like to do it that way, I suppose that's up to you. You can decide which way you like the look of better. But this is how I was taught. Okay. So let's see, names that start with the letter X. There aren't very many. I do know a boy named Xander that starts with an X. And my son had a friend in baseball whose name was Xavier. And I think those are the only X names that I know. Okay, we'll leave it at that then. You might just have to practice those names over more than once. Okay, so that is the W and the X. And stay tuned. I believe we have one handwriting video left. Woohoo! And then you're through all of them. And it is the Y and Z. Stay tuned.